Remember the 2021 Popular Front of India, the PFI rally in Kerala's Malappuram? The pictures are there, where men dressed in RSS uniforms were paraded in chains, as you can see, symbolically beaten and subjected to public humiliation as part of a unity march. This provocative display was not only allowed by the state government, but proceeded without any reported intervention, despite the clear intent to incite and intimidate. Viewers, PFI, an organization now banned with a documented history of extremist ideology and links to communal violence, was granted the freedom to stage this hateful spectacle. But the same left Congress ecosystem has a problem with governor's invite to a patriot. Viewers, the uproar in Kerala over the invitation of RSS ideologue S Gurumurthy to Raj Bhavan by the governor exposes a glaring hypocrisy and intolerance of the ecosystem. Chief Minister Vijayan and the Congress, who have positioned themselves, you see, as the self-proclaimed guardians of free speech and liberty, have revealed their true colors by objecting to Gurumurthy's presence. Their outrage reeks of hypocrisy, viewers, a calculated display of ideological bias that undermines their lofty claims of, democratic values. The same political forces that raised no objections when Hamas terrorist Khalid Mashal was given a platform in Kerala are now objecting to invitation extended to Mr. Gurumurthy, a respected intellectual and a patriot whose contributions to public discourse are rooted in reason and national interest. Hamas's Mashal was an acceptable guest for these champions of free speech. But Gurumurthy, whose ideas may not align with their worldview, but who operates within the bounds of lawful democratic engagement, is deemed a threat. This is not just hypocrisy, it's a dangerous double standard, viewers, that betrays the very idea of India. And this selective outrage exposes a deep-seated intolerance for ideological diversity. So don't let these people fool you when they, talk about free speech, etc., etc. Why should RSS leader or supporter be barred from participating in public discourse? Why? The RSS, whether one agrees with its ideology or not, is a legitimate socio-cultural organization that operates within India's constitutional framework. Plain and simple, the matter ends there. But to deem their presence unacceptable is not just intellectually dishonest, it's an assault on the very principles of free expressions these parties claim to uphold. Viewers, let's talk about the track record of this ecosystem. They rush to write mercy pleas for convicted terrorists. They oppose crackdowns on those who threaten national security, but are now offended by a patriot like Gurumurthy. This is a man who has consistently advocated for India's economic and cultural sovereignty, whose ideas are debated in public square, not imposed through violence. By opposing Gurumurthy's invitation while remaining silent on, Mashal's platform and his invitation, the left and Congress have exposed their hypocrisy for everyone to see. They cannot claim to stand for liberty while practicing this intolerance. They cannot champion free speech while silencing patriots.
തീർച്ചയായും അസ്വാഭാവികമായൊരു നടപടിയാണത്. അത് സാധാരണഗതിയിൽ ഒരു RSSകാരൻ സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുന്ന ഒരു പരിപാടി പോലെയായിപ്പോയി. അതങ്ങനെ നമ്മുടെ ഗവർണർ മാറാൻ പാടില്ലായിരുന്നു. അത് തന്നെയാണ് എൻ്റെ അഭിപ്രായം.
We don't have any objection to conduct Raj Bhavan a series of lectures regarding the Operation Sindoor. The problem is that they have to bring the defense experts as well as the foreign affairs experts, not the RSS leaders.
It was an extremely important, serious debate and conversation that Shri Gurumurthy ji did at the Raj Bhavan. The Honorable Pinarayi Vijayan ji, he sees everything through the prism of the Sangh Parivar. He feels that if he says the Sangh Parivar's name 3 times a day or talks about RSS 2 times a day, somehow he will get the Muslim votes coming in loads to his party.
Let's open this up. Tushar Gupta, Dr. K. Narayana, National Secretary of the CPI, Advocate B.N. Haskar, political analyst. Ravi Srivastav stays on. Rahul Ishwar is now joining us, Dr. Narayana, what is the problem if the Raj Bhavan extends an invite to Mr. Gurumurthy?
After BJP came to the power in center, all Raj Bhavans became RSS centers. They're selecting the RSS persons and they're nominating as a governors. The government should know this elected government is there. Whatever the partisan says. When the elected government is there, when nominated person of a governor is dominating the elected government. So Supreme Court has given clear warning. So elected government should not be disturbed by the nominated
No, how is this
governor.
disturbing the elected government? Mr. Narayana, 1 minute, sir, 1 minute. You have a problem with Gurumurthy or you have a problem with governor? I have a problem with this absurd logic. If the governor at his event in Raj Bhavan, the event was on Operation Sindoor. 1 minute, sir, 1 minute. The event was on Operation Sindoor. Look at the poster there in the backdrop. If Mr. Gurumurthy, who comes and speaks, gives a talk, how is it disturbing the elected government?
No, Gurumurthy invited by whom? The governor. And what is the Sindhur action? What is his position there?
No, what is the problem with Gurumurthy? What is the problem? Is Gurumurthy a criminal? Is he a terrorist? What is he?
No, when he is invited there, and Gurumurthy also is maybe intellectual, but he is not a progressive intellectual.
Oh, maybe an intellectual. Who's your intellectual? Khalid Mashal. Khalid Mashal is an intellectual. This Maoist leader who was killed, the Maoist commander who was killed, for which you've written letters, calling it egregious human rights violation, extrajudicial killing, etc. That person is an intellectual for you. Who is an intellectual? Now, Vijayan will decide who is an intellectual. Mr. Haskar, what is the problem if Gurumurthy is invited?
Gurumurthy can be invited to anywhere. Absolutely, I don't have any disturbance regarding that. But Raj Bhavan is not a place for such a speech conducted by Raj Bhavan, and that such speech is organized by Raj Bhavan. Raj Bhavan is the place of the constitutional head of every state. So Raj Bhavan should act accordingly, and if it acts according to the politics of the central government, then definitely criticism will arise. And such kind of a criticism is arising by the government head as well as the oppositions in Kerala.
No, where is that? No, 1 minute. Sir, criticism is one thing, Mr. Haskar, but criticism has to be based on something. What is this based on? Do you know what the event was? Have you listened to Mr. Gurumurthy's speech? It's available on YouTube. I don't think you've heard. Which part is objectionable? You tell me.
See, Mr. Roy, he is criticizing the former prime ministers, former government regarding the stance and all. That is absolutely absurd. He don't have any right. He can criticize outside the Raj Bhavan.
Mr. Haskar, you have a problem with criticism, and then all of you say that we are champions of free speech, etc. Gurumurthy was talking about Pakistan, how Pakistan was punished, how Pakistan pushes terror. You have a problem with that? Rahul Ishwar, inviting Gurumurthy is disturbing the elected government.
Pranesh, just one point first to start with. There is nothing called maybe intellectual. Gurumurthy is one of the most well-known intellectuals, public policy, articulates in India. He is, of course, center to right. There is no denying that fact. There are similar center to left and centrist various policy thinkers. So yes, and please remember, governor's office has the prerogative. They have the right to call a person who he deems fit. And Gurumurthy is such an eminent intellectual across India. See, the whole thing is this anti-right, this anti-anything that is not left, untouchability to all the non-left aspect is very bad. Gurumurthy ji, and please debate Gurumurthy ji's ideas. He may be articulating one thing. And what is the issue in criticizing past prime ministers? We can even live criticize India's prime minister, Narendra Modi ji. What is the issue in criticizing past prime ministers? We should be able to intellectually criticize and evaluate.
No, the left, leaders of the left and Congress are above criticism. You can't criticize them. If you do, then you go to jail. Or you're murdered like many RSS workers are murdered in Kerala. That's the truth, Tushar.
You know, Pranesh, the liberal and the communists might have some exclusivity, mutual exclusivity when it comes to the economic policies, but they share the same hypocrisy. They'll be very happy to engage with you as long as you agree with them. But the moment they see disagreement, the moment they see an ideology which is contrast to theirs, they run away, they demean it, they downplay it, they discard it, they share a disdain towards it. That is how the communists function. What has happened to Gurumurthy, even though he was speaking on Pakistan, something that every Indian should unite against. They were against Gurumurthy's ideas or his policy initiatives or his perhaps thoughts because just he comes from a different ideology. That's the reality of the liberals and the communists of this country, that they do not actually believe in the freedom of speech. But you call them out. You call them out on social media. You call out their incorrect facts. You call out their, hypocrisy, and they'll suddenly run behind this shield of, oh, we have this freedom of expression, my freedom of speech. But they do not believe it at all. They just don't. They like to live in their little echo chamber where they just socialize with one another and continue to dwell in their delusions. That's it.
No, so, you have a situation where the National Investigation Agency, the NIA, has said that the key accused in the Kerala gold smuggling case, I forget the name, a lady called Suresh, she had established links with the Chief Minister's office, so that is fine. But a patriot being invited to the Raj Bhavan is a problem. Mr. Narayana?
Who is patriot? What is the governor office? What the business governor got? Governor got this political aspect then the governor aspect should be governor. But why is he inviting all these persons?
All these? No, what do you mean by all this person? No, how do you define all this person? What is all this person, sir?
Yes. What is the business of governor? Governor should limit.
You will now define. No. You will decide.
Leader.
Mr. Vijayan will decide. The CPI will decide. The CPM will decide. You are busy writing letters to save Maoists. You do that. Don't interfere in the functioning of the Raj Bhavan. If there is anything wrong, then you go to the court, file a case, write to the president. Has Gurumurthy done anything wrong? Is he a criminal? Is there a case against him? The people who are tainted are all part of the government. And you have a problem with him. Ravi Srivastava ji, इस पे क्या बोलेंगे सर? गुरुमूर्ति या कोई भी आरएसएस फंक्शनरी सपोर्टर एटसेट्रा अगर उनको बुलाया जाता है तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
I have only 3 statements to make. One is Gurumurthy's own timeline. He writes on Twitter, he is not an RSS ideologue. No, he does not belong to RSS at all. That is one. Second thing is, Operation Sindoor, only defense experts were to be called for speaking over there.
Rahul Gandhi is a defense expert. Rahul Gandhi is a defense expert. Jairam Ramesh is a defense expert. Pawan Kheda is a defense expert. What are these people? Have they served in the army, air force, navy? How are they lecturing the world on Operation Sindoor, success, failure, etc.? You tell me, Ravi Srivastava. What is this defense expert thing now? Now you will decide who to call. Every proud Indian has the right to speak on Operation Sindoor. Every proud Indian. We've run out of time. I would have liked more time to, engage with some of you. But unfortunately, we've run out of time, viewers. Let's keep it for some other day. But you see the hypocrisy and intolerance at play here. Let that sink in. Next time these people say that, we stand for free speech, etc., etc., let's show them the mirror. I thank all of you for joining us. The news are Friday Spotlight coming up with Navita Kumar.